can't believe I haven't found anything yet. There have been thousands of makers before me. You'd think one of them would have fiddled around with the soul before.
It feels like everyone and everything around me remembers where they've come from better than I do. But the only memory I'm concerned about is that of the storms. Where do they come from? And where do they go?
Honestly, I'm trying to make more friends. Some I can only hear. But they'll be here soon enough. After all, that's what summoning's for, isn't it? I'd love it if you could be my friend too.
The thing is, I can't help but wonder. Without all of those pieces, even just one or two, who would you become? And the people for whom those pieces are gone, who have lost the parts of themselves that magic has decreed one small piece of a whole, what happens to them?
Hello, everybody, and welcome to session 8 of Fraying Threads, an Invisible Sun campaign using the incredible, surreal system of Invisible Sun by Montuka Games. I am Mare. I use they, she pronouns, and I am your game master for this beautiful thing that has been going on for the past 7 sessions. Before I get started and do our recap, we're going to go around and say, hey, who you are, who you're playing, and your character sentence. We'll start with Gena.
Hi, I'm Gena, she, her. I am playing Sophrona, also she, her, an established ardent of the Order of the Vance who is adored by the sea. Yeah.
Kian.
Hello everyone. My name is Kian. My pronouns are they, them, theirs. I am playing Aspen Thane, who uses he, they pronouns, and is a connected gallant of the Order of Makers who walks with a secret companion.
Victor.
Hello, everyone. My name is Victor. I use they, them pronouns, and I will be playing Ray tonight, who uses he, him pronouns, and is a bizarre ardent of the Order of Goetica who disgorges creatures.
And last but not least, Gilly.
Hi, I'm Gilly. I am It's Gilly with a G on the internet. The with a G is supplemental and not part of the username. My pronouns are she, her, and I play Lace, whose pronouns are she, they. And Lace is a bizarre ardent of the Order of Weavers who splinters into fragments.
Perfect. Thank you very much. Before I go into our recap, if you want to, tip us for all of our amazing work, we have a Pally, Threads, tip, ! And that'll get split between the cast, and Twitch doesn't take any of it because, yeah. Our game also has a couple of content warnings. It has themes that might not be suitable for all audiences, but our game specifically has body horror and slight manipulation. Now, the recap from last session. Last session, we started off the game with the last of our player characters finally advancing to the 2nd degree, where Sophrona had an interview at the Vancian campus, where she was questioned about, what does she want to do? Why is she here? Why does she think she's ready? And so on and so forth. Little rocky, but with a very good final answer and sponsorship from her friend and mentor, Emery. She has advanced to the 2nd degree and has learned more secrets of magic. After that, our group met up at Lace's home, where Lace has been very busy in getting everyone prepared for their ride out into the abstraction, into the half-worlds. She learned a lot of superstitions that were not so superstitious and some of them were actually based in fact, such as putting pebbles in your shoes to keep yourself from flying off the ship, or, chugging a clam and a mug of ale so you don't attract sea monsters.
Hey, it worked.
There was definitely some mechanical benefits for at least one of those.
These whales still fucked up our ship.
They
Kind of.
did. They absolutely did. But you got a +1 to your rolls to not get knocked off. One of you just rolled really bad.
That did happen.
It did. After that, you went to the district called the Fade. That is connected to the district. That is connected to the Abstraction, which is a place where time unravels and where the dreams of blue meet indigo. Where you're going to meet your captain, Riley Shenanigan, who is going to ferry you from the Fade to Emerin, the half-world that you all have been learning about over these last couple months. And on a ship, a hot air balloon ship pulled by thousands of origami cranes, you went. It was partially smooth sailing. You did hit some inclement weather in terms of some time whales making storms and causing some turbulence, but also there was a little bit of friction between Ray and Sophrona because of Sophrona's new box cutter that was labeled Weed Be Gone, and Ray's friend Songbird being Plant. So, some cause for concern. During this time, when Aspen got knocked off the ship, he also had a temper tantrum because he thinks he's better and doesn't need help, and then Helia, his secret companion, gave him a what's what and gave them her mind. After all this, the group finally made it to Emerin, a beautiful half-world full of plants and greenery and beautiful weather, where you met a bunch of plant folk. And you met the king, who you quickly realized was the individual that you all met in Saturnine Varel, but years and years and years ago. And we last left off, we're going to be picking right back up with Helia staring at a bunch of younger, small sunflowers crying. That's all I got.
I think I had said last time, but Aspen is kind of looking around and is taking in the beauty of Emerin, and thinking about the heart of the world that he is so obsessed with at this moment. And could I very under the radar kind of step back a little bit and find kind of a quiet spot for myself?
That all depends on everyone else. And also, before we could get in, I've once again forgot the card pull. But also I want to give thanks to @artful_Daisy, who did the portrait of the King of Emerin that is cycling on the overlay. I put it in with the character art. So thank you, Max, for this amazing piece. And also all of our regular art is by @GremlinArt, who also did an amazing job. On the Silver Sun, I pulled the inevitable cataclysm. Value 4, vision, swans, blades, and water. Meanings bad luck, endings, inevitably breaking a relationship. While we fear the cataclysm, it is inevitable. We cannot prevent it. The end comes for all things eventually, and we cannot stop it. The earth quakes, the seas advance, the sky falls, fire engulfs everything. We can try to survive it, but that's likely the best we can hope for. An optimist might try and say a cataclysm can be cleansing and change things for the better. But the inevitable cataclysm isn't really about that. It's about endings. Gold magic is enhanced and silver is hindered, and since this is played on the Silver Sun, the silver magic is... yeah, it's not fun. It's doubled. It's it's like an extra 2 sorcery to cast silver spells. As for stepping back, Aspen, it really depends on what everyone else is doing. At the moment, the Varel has started to walk away to go back to her other errands that she said she was doing. Her cloven feet gently walking through the grass and leaving wildflowers in her wake. The 2 Bird of Paradise guards that were there, who she told to, like, hey, watch over you, protect you, and, like, when you're ready and her errands are done, to bring you to the throne room to talk. And they kind of look at you and say, her errands will usually go about a little while longer, so you have some time. We'll be nearby if you need us.
I think coasting on this, like, Sophrona being happy that there is an alternative. Ray would be looking at Sophrona and be like, we need to like get ready for this talk. We need to like decide what we're gonna say, you know. And probably want to draw everyone else in. But if I remember correctly, Lace is sitting down and doing art still.
I sketched a picture of when we first met Varel.
Okay.
And I think Lace is trying to record this, but if you give her the indication that you would like to talk, she will just go over there and be kind of sketching as.
Mm-hmm. Like, it's also the perfect time if Aspen doesn't want to participate in this, they can slip past. I would say that Ray would let them sort of slip past to like look around.
Yes, Frona's not super paying attention. She wants to try and rememorize some spells before Varel gets back. Which takes an hour.
That would be an hour.
So, yeah.
I don't have a set number of hours in mind, but you, between talking and downtime, I will say you will have at least an hour to re-prepare your spells.
Okay, yeah. She's going to try anyway, even if she didn't have time. She's going to attempt to do it.
Okay.
So.
Love it. Yeah, I think Ray would just want to be like with. Actually, Aspen was doing something. Spectre is gonna.
I would like to go and kind of meander and look at, the different flowers and observe and place my hand inside my bag and grab the snow globe.
Okay. What question are you asking it?
I would like to ask, where is the heart of Emerin?
First of all, whenever you use this item, you experience a bad memory. And I've gone through a couple this time, but you tell me which memory Aspen experiences this time. And also roll for depletion as well, please.
What is depletion? 0 to 1, that was a 4.
Okay.
I was like, oh god, what if it's very attached to this very painful little snow globe. Aspen is walking down a street that has a narrow bike lane, and it kind of comes up to a curve, and there's mountains, and it's a lovely scenery. But this is Aspen's first time visiting the spot where Brady died after it happened. And you could still see the traces of it on the pavement because it had happened so recently. But just that sort of hollow feeling of, this did happen. This is not something that I can pretend hasn't taken place before. And it was early morning. It was about the time that Brady died. And there's another cyclist who passes. And it's this strange sort of, it's a loss, and there's also some anger there of, like, this isn't fair. You get to go and do this thing that Brady did every day. And all of a sudden, they're not able to anymore. But yeah, it was a really, really shitty morning for Aspen when it happened.
When this memory fades, it is replaced with another one, a brighter vision. It has... as soon as you open your eyes, you are met with this ginormous tree. Easily 20 meters across, raising high into the sky with a beautiful canopy. Its roots are overraised and going in and out of the earth and through a deep spot of water. And in the center is a circular rock. Simple. And then it fades.
Okay. After seeing that, I will start drifting over to Helia.
She's probably about 7 feet away, watching these young sunflowers play. The ones who were just recently comforted by the king.
I will go over and see if I can kind of catch her attention.
She'll look over at you like a brief second, but doesn't say anything. She notices you're there.
Okay. I'm going to ask my point to be able to have an extended conversation with her.
Mhm.
Without fucked that up. Without sort of alerting everybody else.
Okay.
And I'm just going to ask it. I don't know what to do, but I want to check in. What can I do for you right now?
I don't think you can do anything, Aspen.
Do you recognize anybody here?
She points at one flower.
It's one of the little ones in the group.
It's one of the little ones. That's me.
Seeing it now, do you remember this?
It's slowly coming back, yes.
Okay.
I think I want to be alone for a bit, Aspen.
Okay. I'll be here if you need me. And if the small Helia glances in my direction at all, I will wave and kneel in front of them and say, "My name is Aspen. What's your name?"
Oh, I'm a Helia.
Well, do you have... Are everyone here is called Helia, right?
Yeah, we're all Helianthus.
Do you have a special name that you like to be called?
She just goes on like that.
Well, if you think of one, let me know. But it is lovely to meet you, Helia. I think that if we have time, you and I would be really good friends.
Okay.
And I will go and find the rest of the group.
Yeah. I'm assuming they are roughly where you left them. I don't know how far you went away, Ray, with everyone else, but the grass is soft. It is a nice breeze. It's not too warm, not too hot.
Ray would have asked Lace for like journal paper and to like start writing stuff down.
Yeah. Lace will take like a few sheets from the end and kind of hand them over to you. And say, so how do we convince someone that we know them from the future?
I mean, I think Ray looks at Sophrona like as if we had actually both spoken at the same time. It's just like images, sorcery, sincerity,
really big
Sincerity
puppy
is
eyes.
Good. I think that Lace kind of looks around and then leans in and says, if I drew Varel as they appear when we first met, that this time is very weird. Actually, this is a magic question.
Yes.
I prevented Ray from getting like the barrage of sorrow feeling, right?
Yes.
Do I think that I could replicate that feeling?
if you can try. What are you trying to get out of it?
I want Varel, because I assume that Varel has some magical ability at present, and or at least emotes in a similar way.
Yeah, you felt the confidence.
Right. So if I can show Varel, this is what it was like when we met you in the future, that may be something believable.
Are you trying to
As
do
opposed-
like an illusion or a mental, like emotional?
I
send-off?
want it to be mental. I want it to be emotional because I want it to be felt rather than seen.
Are you trying to give visuals to that?
Well, I have visuals. I drew it.
Are you trying to do like an illusion in her head, or just the?
Why not both?
Okay.
Why not both?
Okay. I will say you can if you can give me the right the weaves for it.
Oh, I have such good news, which is that I finally copy pasted those tables into my character sheet, so I cannot lose them again.
Let's go.
Okay.
Well, you don't need, you can't do it now. You're not talking with her.
Yeah, let other people talk.
We'll
I'm
have
gonna
it. We'll plan
be
it.
weaving.
I feel like Ray would be like, what if we write down a table of events as we know them happening from our view of time?
I think a timeline would be good.
Yeah.
I think at this point, Aspen, you come back up.
Timelines.
Hey,
Are we plotting?
We're trying to figure out how to convince Varel that we have come from, I guess, the future. I guess that is the future here. Soupy, very soupy.
Also, I think they're the king here, not Pharrell.
That's true, yes, the king. We're trying to convince the king
That
that
we know them in the future after something horrible has happened to their lands that we don't even know what it looks like.
And maybe we kind of skip over that part for now. For now, once we get to the convincing part, I just think that if we come in and say we're from the future and we know you, and also your home is going to be destroyed, it might make the king less likely to talk.
it's a lot. It's a lot.
Just
It is a lot.
Gotta work on step one.
Well, I have a question, actually. What are we doing? What is our plan? Because I think my plan that I kind of went into half-baked was tell the king about Songbird and prevent a future that is already happening.
We're on the same page. We are 100% on the same page here.
it's just what are the steps to that?
Trust is first.
Yeah, if they don't, if the king doesn't trust us, then, there's nothing, none of it will matter, really.
Yes.
Yeah.
Then we have to warn about. Well, yeah. All right.
But also, who messed with Songbird? Like, how did Songbird get to the future, but also the past?
The angel, right? We believe it was the angel.
So maybe the king knows an angel?
You said that Songbird had not been in Saturnine already, but what's his name? Hector had told us, had recognized some of the stuff. Right?
Yeah, but it wasn't Songbird. Kind of like, they told us that there's a bunch of helianthuses, and he points at the sunflowers. He's like, there's a bunch of those, but they're all kind of different people. So I feel like it's different, or maybe there's like maybe it doesn't all have consciousness. Like bits of Songbird have a connection to Songbird, and I can kind of hear it, kind of like an echo. But Songbird isn't here. Like no parts of Songbird are here.
'Cause it
So
hasn't
if there is
happened
something like
yet.
Songbird here, I don't know.
It hasn't
Will
happened
you-
yet. Here's the thing. I'm trying
Will
to
you-
organize. No, go ahead.
Will you feel it when Songbird arrives? Is another question that I have.
Maybe if that bit of Songbird is the one who can speak and plead for sanctuary, I'm assuming it would be whatever
Or
strongest
is
bit
it,
of consciousness.
and this is, Lace is pulling out the red string again. Or is it a version of Songbird that has not met you yet, and thus you do not yet have the connection with? I don't know how it works. I'm just sort of
So
wondering.
I'm gonna tell you guys something that might make you a little cross, but in my defense, I did it way before any of like the big stuff started happening. But in my dreams, I started to teach Songbird how to disgorge creatures, which is how they sort of made themselves into the bugs that left. And if it was a bug, like Varel told us in the beginning, that came to ask the king for sanctuary, it had to have been Songbird learning that from me.
I will
There
say
wasn't any.
Sorry, the bugs definitely do like look like plants too, though. It's like a mixed cross. So they're both.
Yeah,
So-
like sorry, but like Ray would insert that in
Sorry, I
here.
didn't mean to
Or
interrupt.
no worries, but like Ray would be like, so these plant bugs only could have existed after Songbird met me.
That's what I'm saying. So what we're doing here, organizing timeline. Okay. So Songbird, as they talk to you, that's within.
It
Okay,
started
let's organize. Let's
maybe a
organize
couple
this.
weeks after I came back from Shadow.
Okay, so organizing this from Songbird's perspective, what I understand is Songbird talked to you, right? Well, what happened first? Songbird talked to you.
Songbird was already
Songbird's-
trapped.
Yeah. Songbird.
Well, it wasn't even talking for a while. It was like emotions.
Yeah.
Sharing.
Presence, right?
Yeah, and I learned from Ishmael that Songbird was stuck in the night side of green.
Okay.
Night side of green.
I hope I
So
said
it's
that
like-
right, and it's not the dark side of green.
No, you're right.
Yeah, it's
All right,
nighttime.
perfect, cool. Look at me. I'm learning Invisible Sun. It only took 8 sessions.
Okay. This is because Sabrina didn't know that. So now it's night side of green, right?
Yeah.
That's point one. Then it's talking to you. Then it's coming here to Emerald. Then I think it's, if we assume we do not know this, I also can't remember what happened. Then it was that thing in Saturnine a while ago that Hector told us, and then it's us now. But the thing is, Songbird is still on step 2. But the rest of
Yeah.
us are on step 6.
Yeah.
Yeah. But also, Songbird, in our past, have we floated the theory that the timelines are going in opposite directions?
I don't like the sound of that.
I mean, we passed echoes of ourselves leaving as we were
Right.
coming
Yeah,
into
there's
Emerald.
this.
Does fill me with confidence because it means in some fashion we do leave.
It's true.
Yeah.
I don't like the term echoes. And weren't they speeding away? Why were they running so fast?
There's so many reasons.
We're really speedy. I remembered I left the kettle on or something.
To be fair, you were kind of going like you were roughly going the same speed that you were going.
Okay. Yeah, but we were
on
in a
your ship.
storm too. Like it's just there's so many
Sure.
things.
Well, because when Songbird came here in this world's future, but our past, Songbird already knew how to disgorge creatures at that
Exactly.
point.
Yeah.
So, linearly, it could be that Songbird started. I want to say started from the bottom and now we're here, but that's not what we're doing right now. Works in reverse. Do we know anything about this? Is both in character and out of character. Do we know anything about angels and their time shenanigans?
Ray would know some general things about angels. There's a lot of them that lives under silver, but they don't have an actual like origin sun. But a lot of them live in silver. A lot of them are devoted to the legacy, which is the creation myth on how the actuality was
Sure.
created. They fucking hate demons. They will shank on sight.
Sure.
That's the high level stuff. There isn't any that you're aware of, Ray. They don't have a thing with time. At least not on an en masse basis.
Okay.
Does one of them know about time stuff? Probably, but not as a group.
Yeah.
Tried to call the angels. Can we like text someone?
Do we have them on speed
Phone a
dial?
friend. Phone a friend. That's
I
what it is.
mean,
Someone must.
so of the
That's what
sons,
goetics are for.
one of them has to be like about knowledge, right?
Sure.
Information. That would be Indigo.
Perfect. Yeah, I think Ray, like during this hour of planning, finally gets up and is just like, all right. Oh, I should probably ask before I do this. And is gonna try and seek out a Birds of Paradise card.
Yeah, they're like talking not too far away, like 10, 15, 20 feet.
I am going to summon in someone to give me some knowledge.
Are you like Nat?
Like Nat?
Blackthorn?
Yeah. Yes.
As long as, don't cause any problems, sure.
Yeah, no, it's just strictly for learning. And Ray would go back and he's just like, all right, I have permission. And would slowly start to make his summoning circle.
Are you just
We
drawing
would
it in the
never
dirt this time?
cause problems.
Huh?
Are you doing it in like the dirt?
Yeah.
Okay, easy. Takes 10 minutes.
All right.
I'm assuming you're doing the query.
Yes, I am doing the query. I'm gonna try and summon a level 5 spirit because I think that'll be cool.
All right.
Rad.
You may summon your entity.
Perfect.
As you summon your creature, I'm gonna pull a new card on this the green sun conspirator. This is the defender card. So value 7 secrets raven, books in flame, upheaval, hidden agendas, gossip. The conspirator keeps to the shadows, whispering with others like her. How many conspirators are there? Who is involved? We never know. Those hushed whispers in the right or wrong ears can tear us all apart, bring us all crashing down. The conspirator is the defender of secrets. She guards them and the family they represent. It is her role to know the secrets and spread them as needed, whispering to just the right people at the right time. Gallants have a +2 to their ventures. Just gallants.
Yep.
The entity that appears is their head is a book. Their wings are pages upon pages splayed out behind them. They look around as they appear in the circle, and they just like put out one hand, which is dripping ink. like on like the barrier between you and them, and just like pushing at it, testing it, but doesn't really do anything. And they look at you. They're eye to eye with you. They're pretty tall.
Oh,
Hello.
Hello. My name is Ray of the Order of Goetica.
Mm-hmm. I could see that.
Yeah, sorry. I am concerning myself with trying to help something terrible not come to pass. And I was wondering if you might be able to help me figure out some issues I'm having with time.
Time. The answers of time are a closely guarded secret. I want you to make your first persuasion roll, because it sounds like it's going to be a persuasion check.
all
At
right.
least based off that intro.
Yes.
It is
So I'm gonna
a
go ahead.
challenge of 5.
Cool. I am gonna go ahead and use one of my interaction bene.
Yep.
Because interaction is one of my best stats. I mean, I put 5 in it.
I would hope you put a lot of interaction in your Penny in your interaction pool.
All right. And I needed it because I rolled a 4 on the die. So that is
Okay.
5 then, right?
That is correct. Just so you know, this for persuasion, you need to get 3 successful checks.
Okay.
Yeah. This is the harder one.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm listening. What exactly? The secrets of time are closely guarded. I
Mhm.
can't just give them up for anything. Tell me a little bit about what you're trying to learn.
Okay, so we are in a half world named Emrin.
Okay.
And Ray gestures like all around them. As you can see, there's a lot of beauty here, and I'm sure there's a lot of knowledge here as well. But in my time outside in the city of Saturn, this world has been gone for many, many, many years. And yet we're standing here before the tragedy.
So you want my assistance in preventing it?
Yes.
Roll another persuasion check.
All right, I'm gonna use another. Oh, I can use 3.
You can use up to 3.
I'm gonna use 2.
Okay.
Just I have one more roll after this.
Correct.
So that's a 5 plus 2, 7.
Okay. And you are aware time moves forward. It happens for a reason. Why should we try and divert its course that the creator set it upon?
I don't think it was the creator. I think it's because of a mistake that I made. Or not a mistake, a choice that I made without knowing the consequences.
Make your last persuasion check.
All right. I'm
Also,
gonna
are
use
you
my
using
last.
any hidden knowledge? Are you using any sortilege?
Oh, I have those things.
Yeah.
I have no, I don't. I have a wicked key.
That is also a thing you have, yes.
Perfect.
Something
How
you
do I
all
use
have.
the wicked key?
A wicked key unlocks anything. It's like your one you can do anything card if you can justify it opening something, but you're already on your last roll.
Yeah, no. Yeah, I'm
You
on my
wanna use-
last roll.
Yeah.
I'll use my 2 interaction, Benny.
What about hidden knowledge or sortilege?
I don't think I have it. Wait.
You do.
Are those a thing that I... Okay.
You have a pool.
Then
of
yes,
hidden
I'm definitely going
knowledge,
to be using...
Right.
I have a pool of hidden knowledge? Where is
yeah.
that?
Yeah. I don't know where it is on your sheet, but everyone starts off with like anywhere between like 8 and 14.
Somewhere on the
Oh,
first page.
I didn't have... I know I've used it before, but I didn't write that down because I am a winner. Hidden knowledge, you just have to justify how you would know stuff, right?
Correct. Yes.
Then I know fully my interactions with Songbird and what my learning, what I know that they could have only learned what happened in the past from me,
Mhm.
or at least that's my expectation.
Okay.
And so that's the knowledge of what I've done to sort of mess with time without really wanting to.
Okay.
All right, so that's +3,
Correct.
which I'm probably gonna need it because that's 3 on the die, so it's 6.
Correct. They nod. Okay. What questions can I answer for you? It is a single specific question for the query summoning.
Okay,
I can only tell you so much, so...
I understand. Thank you.
Do you want a second to think of your question?
Yes. In fact, I would like to turn to like my friends and sort of look and be like, I think the question I want to ask is, how can we find what is making time bend and loop? Because if time only moves forward, then how are we finding ourselves back?
Isn't that just a quality of the abstraction, though?
Potentially.
Okay, so then that wouldn't be a good question.
I just don't want us to say that, and you say that, and then say because the abstraction.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
no, exactly. That's why I wanted to talk with you guys. Maybe
Something actionable.
Where can we? How can we free? I think I either want to find this angel or I want to free something from the angel's influence.
well, I think this when I was thinking about this summoning, I was thinking specifically about time. Not sure how much they know about angelic beings, creatures on the silver sun. This is indigo.
Yeah. Hmm.
Is Songbird a demon? This is Kian asking. Do we know? Okay.
Wouldn't
Ray
the
would
angel
know.
wouldn't
Ray knows it's not a demon. It is an
Okay.
Yeah.
entity of the night side of green.
Mhm.
because if an angel is working with a demon, that would be a whole thing.
Well, and my guess was going to be if the angel reached in, might have just been because it saw a demon and decided to fuck with it. But
Yeah.
if it's not a demon, angel would be less
Mhm.
inclined to do that.
Maybe we ask how we can see where time moves different.
Is there
Or
a
maybe
point? Is there a point in this timeline at which you could just avoid all this? Like, where would we need to intervene? Like, at what point would we need to intervene? Is the thing.
That's not a bad question.
okay. I think that's a great question. And Ray, like
Is it now? Like, is it now? Is it like before now? Like, when is it? Like, when do we? When do we have to go? Like,
And
yeah.
I don't know if this counts as two questions. Can we ask how we can get to that time? Because if it's before, I don't know how we're going to do that.
I say we ask.
it's up to you.
Crap. I am stuck. Like Ray's like I feel stuck with so many questions, but we can only ask one. And I think you're right. Where we have to do something actionable. I think we ask how we can intervene with time if it's
What-
already being messed up.
What moment can we intervene?
I think that
If I
because
may,
time is
if I
yes.
may pop in, this is the angel
Yes.
speaking.
Thank you.
Intervening in what? To prevent what?
We want to prevent the destruction of this half world.
They nod, and then just let you continue.
A proposal that could throw a wrench in things. If we ask, how do we prove that we are from the future to Valrel? Perhaps Valrel has the answers to these questions.
It's true.
And we can prevent by convincing the king that this is a real danger, to flee, to something.
Okay.
Just a thought. Just a thought. Throwing
So
noodles.
how do we show that time is moving strangely then to someone else? I feel more confident in asking, how do we prevent a time where this place is destroyed?
Sure.
You know
And-
better than I would.
And the answer to that is we prevent the entity that is influencing Songbird.
We don't know. It could be wrong. This
be
is about
wrong.
time. So let's. And Ray turns around and looks confident and sort of. Is there a way to change time where this place isn't destroyed, even though we've seen a future that it is?
They nod. You would need to start now. While you are still here.
Okay.
And if you want to convince the king, you already have the means to do so. And they look straight at Aspen, specifically wherever you're keeping the snow globe.
Fucking knew it.
Oh,
Best of luck. I wish you the best in your endeavors and that time ends up where it's supposed to be.
Thank you for your help.
Thank-
Hopefully, if we talk again, it'll be in a more philosophical sense.
They nod, and they burst into words and disappear.
It's so cool, Mary. You're so cool.
No,
So
you're
fun.
cool.
Ray does look at Aspen and it's just like, why were they staring at you?
Aspen is going to look at Helia and is thinking
You don't
about.
see her.
I gasp like that every time you say that. Can I? Do I know? Can I feel where she is?
You
I don't
can
know if
feel
have-
that she is nearby, but you can't see her. She's
Okay,
not
and-
dead. She's not gone.
Okay.
I have not taken away your forte.
This is very stressful.
I've already done this to you.
I am looking. I'm looking for Helia. I probably look at the younger Helias, and I'm thinking about the talking to that I got from her about not doing everything by myself. And I will say, I suspect that they were talking about the snow globe.
Is this the item that made you see your face on everybody else's face?
It is not. It is not. That was my own doing. This I did not make, so this works well. Everything that I have made seems to have failed me recently.
The ring was nice.
Ring
ring
was
was really-
nice. But yes, if we give Varel the snow globe, the king the snow globe, they would be able to ask a question about a person, place, or thing in the present time.
Oh wow,
And
that's
if
weird.
we help direct them to what question, I don't know if we want to tell them to ask about themselves, to ask about Emerin in our time. And you can see as Aspen is saying this, the gears are starting to turn about the vision that he just had about the heart of the world and where it is located. Because now he is unsure of which timeline he was looking at. It's a possibility.
Okay.
Well, I think allowing that confirmation along with the details that we have already and potentially me weaving an emotional volcano would hopefully at least convince the king to hear us out.
The thing about... Sorry, go ahead, Ray.
Sorry, I'm concerned about an emotional volcano.
So am I.
Well, it's really just what we felt. I'm just replicating what we felt.
So the
Like
thing
the waves.
is that whatever the king sees, they will also see a terrible memory. So we
should
will
warn them of
feel that emotional volcano since they have
Oh,
that
that's
strange emotional effect.
They should
Okay.
definitely be warned about that.
Yes, I would agree.
I mean, anyone who doesn't want to feel it, we can sort of ask them to wait until, some people step back, maybe?
Good a plan as any. They seem pretty understanding.
Yeah.
What will we
Well,
ask them to consider when they're
we're
holding
just-
snow globe?
Maybe like show me the person that they met. Like show me the version of me that these people met, and then maybe they can see what we saw. So Frona, you mentioned going to a memorial?
I did, yes. There is a memorial in Lower Towers with Aspen, and Healy also visited it. It's a very lovely park.
Show them that. That might be less harsh, or maybe more harsh. I don't know. But there's a variety of things that we could show them. We could show them Dracera in the future.
Well, why don't we just present the item and suggest these? And they can decide what would prove the most to them.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's true.
Right. Sorry, go ahead.
No. I was going to change things around real quick, so you go ahead.
Oh, well, Ray does look concerned at Aspen and be like, how terrible is the memory? And how often have you used this?
I've only used it once or twice. That is a bold-faced lie. 4, I think.
I think it's 3. So I remember
Okay.
giving you 2 memories.
Okay. Then Aspen would probably say only once. Aspen is going to try to minimize as much as I've only used it once, and it's pretty shitty since we're in the spirit of trying to be more honest with each other. It sucks. So yeah, there's a reason that I didn't want any of you to use it. It's pretty terrible.
And that's the cold hard truth.
Yep.
Guaranteed your money back.
I would like to glance around in the sky. Do I see an exceptionally large tree?
No, the canopy's too thick.
Okay. For no reason at all, Mare, can you tell me how wounds work?
So the way wounds work is when you take injuries, you have 3 little boxes for injuries and 3 little boxes for wounds. When you take 3 injuries, you get 1 wound and then your injuries reset, and that keeps happening. But whenever you get a wound, if you spend a physicality, you can cross that wound out like you never took it, and then your injuries reset. So,
Okay.
Yeah.
Excellent.
I don't know where you're going with this, but okay.
Okay, that's okay. Yeah. I hopefully won't need to use that. Don't ask questions, Victor.
I have so many.
I have so many questions. I don't remember what I fucking gave you.
Yep, that's what it is.
Oh,
It is one of my ephemera.
This is advances in sad boy sciences.
yeah. Yeah. You can be teaching a course at the Vancian campus.
Really will.
This is Sad Boy Science 301. Ray is staring at wherever that snow globe could be. And it's just like, but what if I had a question that was very important?
Are you saying that out loud?
Yes.
Um,
To Aspen.
I would tell you that is probably not a good. This is probably not a good way to get the answer, and I will start walking over to the birds of paradise. That is not a conversation Aspen wants to be part of. If you try to stop him, I mean, he's feeling very torn about being open and still, like, that not being his natural state, but feeling very well reprimanded by Helia. So if you try to stop him, there will be some hesitation, but he is very quick to try and shut that down.
Yeah, I don't think the type of person Ray is just like, this is not a good time for this conversation. I will bring this up again. Like,
yeah, fair.
I think what Ray does when Aspen starts to walk away is just like, it's really important, but I guess right now is not the time.
Aspen will pause and turn to you and just say, some things are not important enough for this. Just so you know. But we can talk about it another time.
Yeah.
You said you're
I'm
walking.
gonna go find me some birds of paradise.
They just seem to be shooting the shit when you walk up. They are talking in a language you do not understand.
Oh dear.
But it's a casual, like, their posture is relaxed and such like that. They're just talking.
I will just kind of I don't mean to interrupt. You seem like you're having a good time.
Yes.
Any update on the timeline as far as when we might be able to speak to the king?
One of them puts their hand on a nearby tree. And the air just grows really warm for a second. About an hour. To give Sophrona the time to...
Oh, yeah. I'm going to reach out and also touch the tree. Do I feel anything?
It's warm.
Okay. Is it okay if we explore a little bit outside of this area? Or would you prefer us stay here?
We'll be shadowing you, but yes, go for it.
I will tell the rest of the group. We'll be here about another hour. I think I might go for a walk around if anybody cares to join me.
I don't think I can walk around and do this at the same time, so I gotta be here.
I'll join you. I want to find some new things to sketch.
Ray will be like, I'll stay with Sophrona.
I think Lace gives you both a look. Like, it's the look when mom leaves the kids alone with each other.
Perfect.
And
Ray,
it's just...
They've reached an understanding.
Yeah.
Ray gives a look back like, Aspen is probably the most mischievous of all of us.
Why do you think I'm going with Aspen?
Because
He's just
he's the
going
most
over-
mischievous of all of us. Why are we getting the look?
Just going right over your head. Already. All forgotten.
Is there a stream?
You hear the babbling of brooks, yes.
I would like to go find some water and follow it.
All right, Lace, you just following as is?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm just walking along. With him. Yeah.
Aspen, I'm going to tell you what happens. Because I know where you're going with this.
Yeah.
You and Lace follow the stream one direction. For how long? For a better part of an hour?
Yeah.
Eventually, probably like 20 minutes into your walk, 30 minutes, you find yourself back in the general area of where everyone else is. Walking one direction.
It didn't feel like we turned around at all.
Well, that's interesting.
It is. Do you have any sense of what caused that? Why we didn't actually get anywhere?
Do I have any sense of what caused that and why we didn't actually get anywhere?
Yeah, Lace, roll me an intellect check. You can use that skill of yours that weavers get. Anything that's not a codified magic, you can use that and add that to your roll. Are you using any intellect, Bene, hidden knowledge, sortilege?
I don't think so. I think I just want to see if I know. D10, right? D10. And is it plus? Let me check what it is. It's a +1, right?
Yeah, your skill is a +1.
Okay. Well, that's one.
Yeah, you don't know.
So
You don't fucking
two,
know. Probably
seems magic.
you've never been
Seems-
here. You don't know what kind of magic is here or anything like that. You, the even if you rolled a 0, you can probably probably magic.
Yeah, it seems incredibly magical.
This is a stretch. As a maker, can I feel anything that is giving off like a more powerful energy?
No,
Okay.
you can't. You won't be able to.
I mean, this feels like it if I could spend sortilege because I have
You already
infinities.
rolled. You can't roll again.
I know, but I'm just thinking of if it's an infinite loop, that would be really funny because one of my aggregates is infinity. But yeah, seems real magical to me.
The rest of the hour passes before eventually the Bird of Paradise folk come back up to you. Have you finished prepping your spells, Gena?
Yes. Yes. I'm prepping Eyes of the Overworld and Vision of the Nemesis because I had different ones.
Perfect.
Before.
Awesome. And they come up to you and they're like, the king has finished their errands and are ready to talk to you whenever you're ready.
I think we're as ready as we're going to be. Yes? I'll look to the rest of the group.
You're actually quite fortunate. She hasn't taken visitors in a while. Even when they've come, so. She likes you.
Is there a reason that happened that maybe we should be careful of not upsetting?
As they say this as they're leading you in the direction of where you need to go. Not really. Just some folks that have come across, at least the group before you, didn't catch your attention.
Oh, okay.
They stayed around for a bit and then left, so. All right. Anything else you would like to quickly get out of the way before I describe this next scene? All right. I am going to pull the next card on the Blue Sun, the Indigo Star, the Lost Star. Value of 8, notions, cats, clocks, and wind, meanings good or bad luck, great distance, great age, great value. We gaze into the night sky and we see the stars shining back down on us. We wonder what they really are, but that's a secret for another time. Stars represent a higher world where everything is magnified. Everything having to do with the stars is far greater than it would be in our world. Love burns brighter, gems sparkle more beautifully, and children sing more sweetly. At the same time, disasters are more calamitous, anger seethes more deeply, and armies wage wars for longer. Gray magic enhanced indigo is hindered. Ardents have a +1 to their ventures. The 2 Birds of Paradise guards that are escorting you deeper into this forest are walking at a smooth, brisk pace. Not so fast where you can't keep up, especially if your legs are not as long as Ray's, but definitely quicker than just a casual walking pace. And as they go farther and farther, the sun has dipped deeper on the horizon, and the trees are beginning to glow with this beautiful orange glows and yellows, and the little bits of pinks and cyans that are interspersed with the green leaves shine a little bit brighter. And as you're walking, you almost feel like you pierce a bubble, and you are suddenly in somewhere completely different. And if you look back behind you, you see forest and a little ripple. And before you is a ginormous tree, easily 15 to 20 meters across. Canopy raising high into the sky where it is directly catching the setting sun's rays. In the center of a large pond, lake, it's really hard to tell exactly what this is. It's a flat stone where you can see the king standing looking up at this tree, and the roots of the tree are moving up and down between the in the water as well as the earth, creating almost like a little crevice underneath the tree. And the birds of paradise begin walking towards the king, and you see little stepped stones in the water floating as they begin to make their way into the center.
Ray is easily following and is just sort of like amazed as he looks around. You can see like in his eyes that spark of creation sort of like coming in and like, I want to make art. I want to make something with my hands.
As you walk across the stepstones, the water is so clear you can see the bottom. It's that type of clear where it doesn't look as deep as it actually is. But also inside this water, you see images floating on the surface and underneath, and you see more plant folk, like memories, dancing upon its surface, flashing from one to another. And eventually, the two guards kind of stand out to the side, one side of each of the path, and just let you walk forward. And eventually, the king turns. I keep wanting to call her Varel. She's not Varel. You made it.
We did. It was, it's quite peaceful here.
It is, isn't it? Please come, sit. And she takes a seat on the stone floor.
I will follow suit, smooth my little skirts out as I do.
As we crossed the water, Lace had her sketchbook like loosely clasped in her hand and was like looking in the water. And I think as soon as we sit, she's like back sketching again.
Ray sits right, not very close, like not like close, but like right next to like the king, and it's sort of like looking very, what's it called, determined.
You look like a little circle.
Yeah.
Like when you're in kindergarten.
Yeah. It feels right.
It's a campfire.
I unfortunately cannot offer you food since we do not consume the same thing, but I can offer water.
Sure, that would be lovely.
Of course.
Water would be great.
And she waves her hands above like this middle area where you're all like circled around, and stone cups filled with water from beneath just kind of like raise out of it.
From water of like what we're sitting around? Like,
I
God,
promise
Aspen
you
is gonna be weird.
I promise you it is fresh and will cause no harm.
I am staring very hard at the cup. Are there any pictures in it?
No.
Any?
Not in the cup.
What's floating in the water then?
Memories
Yours?
of everyone who has passed.
Oh. I gently put my cup down because now I feel weird about drinking the water.
Before the king had said like, I promise, like Ray was already like gulping down water.
Yeah.
And then now he like stops and looks like down guiltily where he's sitting. It's like, it's okay to sit here then?
It is.
That feels all right. I did take a shower recently, and then he just goes back.
Nobody would have questioned
Lace looks at the king and says, well, water is a source of life, and so are memories, so it feels appropriate.
Also, do not worry, Ray. I can't smell. So what brings you to Emerin? Your footsteps upon the earth were very determined and excited when you got here.
We should not circumnavigate the point here. We have things that can help you verify that we tell you the truth, but we need you to know that what we say is going to sound fairly odd.
And a little bit distressing.
Yes, very distressing. We have actually met before. However, when we met, it was not the past for you. We have met you in your future.
She is listening intently, and she has like one leg up and one leg like she was just like pretend she was getting out of like a crisscross applesauce. She just put up one leg and she's like leaning on that upraised knee, like looking at all of you, because even sitting down she's still a little higher than all of you. Go on.
And I think Lace flips in her sketchbook to the picture of when we first saw Varel, because it was Varel at that stage, and says, when we saw you, this is what you looked like. And I'm sure you know you have the power to project feelings, emotions. The feeling that you projected then was unfathomable sorrow.
May I? She holds her hand out for the...
Yeah. Lace hands it over and I think waits to see what she says about.
And she just looks at it. One hand, like, one very long finger, branchy finger, like, tracing before handing it back. Whether that is me or not, I'm more concerned about the distressing news that you bring.
Kind of goes hand in hand. If Sophrona's gonna jump in.
Nah, go ahead.
Okay, good, because Ray's looking very Ray was like, I don't want to say this. and just sort of like,
Spoda should not be allowed to talk. She can't explain anything ever.
oh no.
You just have like a run on sentence.
I love Sophrona so goddamn much. I'm like, Ray's like, well, it connects because the first time we met you, you told us about, or the first time we met this person, who I think is you in the future, you told us about why your people had to leave Emerin, a destruction of this place.
I am very capable of protecting my wards. What could cause me to flee and leave what I'm assuming many, many creatures behind?
This world was overrun. The way that you described it to us was that you welcomed in a refugee and over time that creature, we believe, under the influence of something else, took over this half-world, and in every meaningful sense made it uninhabitable and destroyed it.
A parasitic creature from the night side of the green sun. A dear friend of mine who is scared of death, who came and asked for asylum, and then out of fear of dying, grew too rampant.
That I can believe. We've taken on many, many creatures that did not originate from Emberin. And we have our own sect of parasitic creatures. So if this is true, I probably did not see a cause for concern.
We have met several people from this world in their future versions, and we believe that it is preventable.
Who else did you meet?
We met yourself, and we also met, although they would not remember us, Drusera.
Ray
Hey.
elbows Sophrona, because Sophrona knows Drusera the most.
And I think like Lace will kind of indicate to Sophrona like when she mentions Drusera's name.
I don't know what to say. It's just like, yeah.
I
She's also
love-
like tiny.
I love Sophrona so much. I would die for
Yeah.
Sophrona, guys.
Drosera does not show themselves much, let alone around strangers that come here.
It's a
This is a
consistent.
very hard ask. Do you have anything that can prove that this has happened?
I can prove the feeling that you felt when you spoke to us that you were projecting. And I believe that Aspen has something that he can lend you to show the truth.
The feeling of immense sorrow when it is on such a large of a scale that you're talking about is indistinguishable between people because of its multitude.
Okay.
I will. Aspen has kept their distance from the king, but will approach and pulls out the snow globe. Question: do I get a sense that if two people are touching it, will they both see the vision?
You don't know.
I will approach and hold the snow globe, but I'm holding it close to me and say, you can ask anything about a person, a place, or a thing, and this will show you an answer. But it also shows you a very bad memory. And you should know that before you try to use it.
I appreciate the warning. Thank you.
And I will hold it out, but I'm going to keep my hand on it as well.
Okay. She pauses and thinks before waving one hand around the snow globe, making the leaves from the autumnal tree swirl on the inside. What kind of damage is this entity doing right now? And you all feel this magic kick in through the king, because she is suddenly hit with a terrible memory. And the feelings of that terrible memory wash over all of you, and your vision blanks. And you begin to see what she experiences. And you see a much smaller king, like she was a child, standing at the foot of not as large as this one, but a very large tree nonetheless that has been struck by lightning. And there is and she is kneeling next to an individual whose burnt foliage matches the burnt foliage of this tree. And as quick as that came, it disappears. And all of you see the next memory. And you all see the topiary district of Saturnine. I don't think any of you have been to the topiary district since Songbird got out.
Nope.
Vines everywhere, wrapping around the trees and the plants and the hedge mazes of this district in Saturnine. They're pointy vines poking into any foliage it can find. But Songbird is thriving there. Oh, Kian, roll me a d10 for depletion, please. Because I don't have my dice out.
Ooh, another 4.
Okay, so it's still usable. And she removes her hand from the snow globe.
So that seems bad.
I'm assuming this is your home. That was your home? I apologize.
Yes. Yep.
I did not mean to overflow.
It's perfectly fine. It's information we need to know anyway.
Over my years, I have been able to determine at a glance what plants are capable of, what they can do, what they feel if they are sentient, and feel even if they are not sentient. Like myself and some of the other plant folk, and she motions to the 2 guards that are here. That creature is in pain. And if you didn't tell me the damage it would have caused if it comes here, I would have likely granted it asylum. Out of sympathy and a desire for it to live in peace.
If it is comforting to you, I cannot speak for everybody, but I know that Ray and I believe the others also hope to help that plant find some measure of peace.
Would you know a way? Songbird is... They are my oldest friend. And I was trying to help them escape from a place where they felt like they were dying. And I brought them out for a moment, but when I told them that my powers weren't strong enough to find a way to keep them there, they panicked.
Emotions have a tendency to exasperate magic or any latent ability. This is a panic response. A desire to live. So that is the root of the problem. And I don't know if I still don't know if I completely believe you are from the future, but a warning is better than nothing if the carnage and destruction is a possibility. And times like these, and a decision like that, is when it becomes really hard to be a ruler.
I believe, and I think Lace turns to Sophrona when she says this. Sophrona was able to visit a memorial of sorts for this planet. You're muted.
Small section. It's a small memorial. Very lovely park, actually. I think the most important thing is from where we're from in Fartown, at least some of your people had survived, and so all was not lost entirely, and Emran was indeed remembered in Fartown.
I thank you for the warning, and if it comes to pass, I will keep it in mind and make a judgment at that time if it comes.
Please know as you make that choice that we will be doing what is in our power to stop Songbird from having to reach out with pain.
She nods.
Would you leave?
Would I leave?
Would you take everyone and leave? Find somewhere else to go to?
If it did take over here?
Yeah.
I would not be able to take everybody. Their life is here, and I cannot force them to follow me. They are their own individuals with their own thoughts and desires. Asking them to leave the only home that they have been in, that they have felt safe in, and embark on something unknown. I'm sure some would come, but not everyone. I cannot imagine. They are more of them than not, more like a flock than a people. They are simple creatures with simple comforts. And I love every single one of them.
If it comes to that, and leaving feels like a safe choice, the choice, there are some Helias that you were speaking to earlier, the younger ones.
Yes.
Would you take them with you? That's not asking you if you would. I am asking you to please take them with you.
They will not last a season, but I will take them for the remaining season if they decide to go.
Aspen is clearly struggling.
And
one of them is
one of those Helias and those Helias that you just saw. I don't mean to be crass, but depending on if and when this creature comes, if it's a couple years from now, they will all be gone anyway. That is just the life cycle.
Maybe that's yours, but I need to ask you about something else.
She smiles, knowingly.
I need
as she
to
looks
ask
at
you about the heart of this world, about the heart of Emran.
I was wondering when you were going to ask me the heart of your desires. And we're going to go to break. All right. Everybody, please stretch, pet your pets, get some water, and we'll be back soon. Bye. And we are back from break, where I love leaving people off on verbal cliffhangers. It's so much fun. Before we left, Aspen asked the King of Emerin about the heart of the world. And she promptly answered, "It is about time you asked me about your heart's desires." And she's staring at you, Aspen, with her hand still on her knee. But you all notice that her other hand is on her other thigh. And her fingers have kind of like melted into her thigh, and it looks like she's grasping something, but doesn't do anything else. And she looks at you. Did you know that plants are very sensitive to the emotion of others? I've been told that even music impacts how they grow and how they act.
I had a feeling. I have a very dear friend who is one of your people. She's keyed me into a couple of things.
All of you, when you arrived, have been determined and cohesive, we'll say. But your heart has been pulled and confused in so many different directions. What does my heart have to do with this? And I think this is the second time you've really all heard about the heart of a world.
I am looking only at Varel. I am not acknowledging anybody else.
Mm-hmm.
Do I feel like Helia is closer?
Yes.
I'm afraid. She's right behind me, isn't she?
No, she's not right behind you.
Okay. But I feel like she's probably in this room.
No.
Okay. Oh God, this is making me so nervous. I'm going to put the snow globe back in my bag, but similar to Varel, I am not taking my hand out of my bag. I'm grabbing something else.
Okay.
You said that. I don't like the way you said that, Mare.
Said what part?
Just the way you said okay. That just made me nervous. I do admit I come here with my own agenda. There's something that I'm trying to do, and I have been told that it is the best way to do that is with the heart of the world.
Go ahead, Safrona.
No, I'm good.
Elaborate. And like the emotions you've all been feeling, cut off, gone.
Cool.
I think Aspen at that point probably does laugh. I had a vision. We ate some fancy cotton candy at a fair. And it showed me holding the heart of a world. It showed it to me as something that can work in making when I am in need of a soul.
Ray's face. Everyone's faces.
I think Lace has legit just turned to him to Aspen at this point and just gone, "Did you come here to steal the heart of the world?"
Aspen is not acknowledging. Aspen is only looking at Varel.
You're being ignored. Does Lace settle for being ignored?
I think Lace, as in most times of crisis, looks to Safrona and to Ray to see if they are similarly agitated about what is happening. and just like taps on the shoulder Aspen and says, "Excuse me."
I can't do this right now. I need you all to just let me have this conversation.
I think they have every right to be involved, because if you try to accomplish what you're doing, it will directly counteract the previous conversation we've had.
Yeah.
I think Lace needs to take a lap around the circle.
That's fair.
Ray finally finds his words. And then doesn't. He can't. He's just like, He looks at Sophrona because he wants to know that he's not crazy. Okay.
I think you can hear Lace talking to herself, and it's just like a two-sided conversation that she is having. Like, sure, we should go. We should go there. I'm gonna like steal the thing and make it entirely pointless, but like, absolutely, we should go there. No, it's fine. Just forget about your shard thing right now. That's not important. Just go. Let's go to the thing and do the thing, and it will be fine. And you just like, it's just in the background.
Ray does try to be like, I don't. Aspen, you weren't trying to steal anything, right?
I never said, and Aspen is agitated. Aspen is worked up. I never said that I was here to steal this.
I feel like
Exactly.
Steal is a semantical, like, I feel like it's an academic distinction at this point. If it's like stealing or not.
As of right now, I'm just here to ask questions.
But your insinuation says the complete opposite of what you just said.
At the time that I came into this information, this world was already dead. And now we're here, and everyone is alive, and it's thriving. And I have somebody very dear to me that if I were to take this, it would kill her, quite literally. And I am trying to find another solution.
Aspen, you are not the only one who has a monopoly on loss.
Yeah, but we're kind of speaking about Aspen's loss right now. Ray is trying so hard.
I think we should just let it.
I kind of feel like we're always talking about somebody else's loss. That kind of feels like on brand, so I guess that makes sense.
Is Lay saying that out loud?
Oh yeah.
No
Aspen,
filter.
for the first time, absolutely, like, that seems to catch their attention. They're not turning to look, but that has definitely hit them.
Ray shuts the fuck up.
Yeah, we should.
Ray is like Sophrona was so wrong. Should just shut my goddamn mouth.
It's like, yeah, we should just.
I really like the inverse of the race for a relationship here.
Even if you were here on completely pure and good intentions, giving information about that is a liability. And if any harm towards the heart or my people happens, or even an inkling comes up, I will cut you down.
I have no doubt. And I could do nothing to stop you. I'm aware. My friends are aware, as they remind me very regularly, that I could do nothing to stop you.
He doesn't know how to use the sword.
Just keep going there.
I'm looking for something that can make someone. And the only lead I have is the heart of a world. And I am not giving up on what I need to do. If you can point me to another world, if you can point me to something that I can use in its place,
I will tell you right now, I will not be pointing you in any world that has the... Some worlds have hearts and some do not. And I'm not going to endanger any other one just because you are solely focused on one person to bring back.
This isn't... I'm not trying to kill a world. If there is another world that is already dead, what good is the heart doing it anyway? If there is a world on the way out.
So you get to decide that?
I think it's a valid question.
Dignity is the point.
Your narrow-mindedness and obsession will be the only thing encompassing your entire consciousness.
It already has.
And I am not going to put any person at risk because of someone's obsession. That is a danger. People who are obsessed and narrow-minded are a danger. I will not point you in any world.
Aspen is hands shaking. Furious, but so aware of how fucked up they are for even asking any of this. But not able to let it go. It is a lot of emotions clashing right now. And very slowly lets go of what's in their bag and pulls their hand back out and puts it at their side, empty-handed.
Creation
Maybe you're right.
Is a life and a gift. And if you are only bringing it into this world to make yourself feel better, you need to reevaluate.
Some people die before their time.
And that is unfortunate. But you need to make sure you're doing it for them, not just for you.
If we have a chance to change that, why wouldn't we take it?
Because other things are more important.
And would your friends say the same?
I don't know, because they're not here for me to ask.
But if you know them as well as you think you do, would they?
I don't know.
Is this not the same problem that we have with Songbird, where you become so afraid of death that you destroy other things? Is it not the same thing in the end?
Sorry, one more time. I was reading something.
Is this not all the same thing as what we're facing with Songbird? You become so afraid of death that you start destroying other things.
The thing with this Songbird, though, they're still here.
Yes.
There are still options.
Yes.
It's not trying to bring back someone who is already gone.
Oh, yes. I agree with you. But philosophically, do we have the right to go out, whether we're here now, to escape a looming death or to undo one that we feel is unfair? Do we have the right to take from other people just to avoid it? I don't know. Different ends of the same problem. And neither looks good, I think.
Can I tell where Helia is?
Nearby. She's outside of the bubble that you passed through.
Well, if we're comparing this to Songbird, then there are no other conversations to be had, I suppose. My companions have made it clear how they feel about that situation, and as I said, I pose no challenge to you alone, so.
Well, we're on our way out, I think.
Do not make me regret asking this question, But is there anything else I can do for you?
I do have a question. When we go back to Fartown, if and we do meet you, I suppose, again, is there anything you'd like to say to yourself? Or to the ladies, or to anybody we might meet? I don't know. Maybe as a favor to you.
No. Because if I am that person I am right now is long gone.
I think Lace, who is angled so she does not look at Aspen, and is very carefully maintaining that, just looks the king in the eye and says, I think I want to go home.
Your pilot is... I'm pretty sure he's sober enough to bring you back. You are more than welcome to leave at your leisure.
Thank you for speaking with us.
And Lace is gone. Like, if I have to spend sortilege to teleport, I will. Like,
You
Lace
don't
just
need
does
to.
not want to be here.
You don't... Yeah, you're good.
Ray doesn't have a question for the king, but does have a gift.
Okay.
Because in preparation for like leaving here, Ray also made like a small clay sculpture. And it is just a branch of a tree with like a less spined version of a vine like wrapping around it. And what he says to the king is like, I didn't expect to meet you here. I expected to maybe find my friend and try and help them stop. But I'm very grateful that I've met you. I'm sorry to have brought any of. And he stops and he just sort of like holds out things that, so you remember what they look like without having to think about sad things.
That wall... before I go on, Aspen and Sophrona, did you stick around? You already follow Lace out?
Aspen is still there.
Yeah. I was gonna wait for Ray.
That's fine. The wall that she put up goes down a little bit, and you feel a softness as she delicately picks up your sculpture and holds it in her hands. Thank you. You are far too kind for this harsh world.
Well, someone's got to do it. I think you know that.
I hope it doesn't grind you to dust. And I hope you can persevere like the highest mountain.
I think he touches his belly because he's trying to get a laugh. I think he touches his belly. He's like, I think I'd gum up the works if they try to grind me.
Thank you.
And he turns and looks at Sophrona and Aspen.
Aspen is looking at the ground where the Heart of Emerin is.
It's not in the ground. It's in the tree.
I hate that. I didn't want to look at something alive. It makes it so much harder. It's true. It's true. Aspen is looking in that direction, but would not be looking directly at it. And would eventually look at Varel if she will meet his eyes.
She does. Straight on.
I figured. and just says, um, I've given you no reason to think anything of me, but I'm glad that Helia had you to lean on and look to, and will when whatever happens, happens. And turns and leaves.
Sophrona, did you have anything to do or say?
Oh, that's it.
Okay. You are led out by the Birds of Paradise guards, and you feel yourself walking through a bubble again. And if you look behind you, it's just forest. And you are led back to where a bunch of flowers are. Back towards, if Lace is just going, like, one of the others probably would have, like, followed after you, but leading you back to Riley. If you didn't want to make any pit stops. Aspen, when you do leave the area, Healy is right there.
I will turn to her and take a very deep breath and say, I think it's time for us to go. Did you enjoy your visit, darling?
She nods.
Good. I'll get on the ship.
Okay.
Do I? Well, that's a good question. Do I have a sense? Like, do I have a sense if I took any of these flowers, would they survive a trip home?
Like regular flowers?
Yeah.
Well, first you have to ask permission to pluck them.
Oh, yeah. I'm just trying to get a sense if they would survive before I ask permission. I don't want to distress them.
You don't know.
Hmm.
But probably. How good is your green thumb? Don't you have skills?
I have a skill in horticulture.
If that's your shadow skill, it's a level 2 skill.
It is.
Yeah.
I can't find it.
If timey-wimey stuff doesn't get weird and she doesn't heed your warning, they might die. But if she does heed your warning, maybe they might live. You don't know.
Yeah, I'll try to find something that looks hardy, and then I will ask this little plant, hi, hello, do you wanna go on a trip with me? Do you wanna see somewhere else, I guess?
Make me a persuasion roll. I want you to ask the plants nicely.
Yeah, I'm gonna ask the plants real nicely.
Are you using any interaction, Bene?
Sure. I have only 3, but what else am I using it for?
It's okay.
Let's see. Which die do I want to use?
You can do it. I have faith in you.
A pretty one.
A pretty one. Let's go.
It's a 6.
Yeah. You get like an overwhelming, like, not overwhelming because they're not as strong as Varel is in the empathy department, but you do get like, yeah, you can. From like the rough group of flowers that are near you. So yeah, you can pluck some.
Yeah, I will try to pluck them from like roots and all. I don't have like anything on me, but I imagine I have like a little like handkerchief that I'll wrap the roots in really nicely.
With water?
Tuck it. Yes. Tuck it in somewhere, really. I don't know if I have a pocket. Really careful. I will hold it if I have to.
Yeah. I don't know if you have a pocket, so that's your problem.
That's my problem. I almost took a spell to get unlimited pockets, but I didn't.
I'm assuming you have a bag of some sort. Where the fuck you keeping your book?
It's true, yeah.
Could I? I like to have the book holsters.
Yeah. Actually, could I, I'll wrap it in my kerchief and then I'll try to put it between the pages of my book to try and keep it upright. If that makes any sense.
Yes, you can. If you wet the kerchief, though, the wet ink is your problem.
Yeah, no. Some blank pages.
Okay, cool. Okay, perfect. And once you go to 2nd degree, I'm pretty sure that's when you get like the unlimited pages of the book that doesn't end for advances.
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
Nice.
I'm going to read the next card as you get back to Riley. On the Indigo Sun, I have played the Devil. Value of 0, secrets, ravens, books, and flames, meaning temptation, lies, charm, persuasion, and words. The nemesis of secrets is the prince of lies, the devil. Of course, there are many devils. Their commonality is their need to corrupt the world around them. Charming, sexy liars that seek to draw mortals into their own evil. Devils don't kill, they talk. They don't destroy, they tempt. The term devil stands apart from demon in that way. A demon is typically a relatively unintelligent engine of violence and destruction. Devils are more insidious. This is the nemesis card, so that means gallants get a -2 to their ventures, everyone else gets a -1. As Riley sees you approach, he downs the rest of his drink and like puts it in his little like cooler bag. He like seems like he packed a lunch of some sort and some snacks, including you see the remnants of the box of the crab rangoons that you made, Lace. Looks like he chomped on those while y'all were away, and he begins like packing up his long chair. It kind of just poofs away. How'd it go? Actually, strike that. Some of you have sour looks on your face. Are you ready to go?
Yeah.
I think Lace just walks past him and says, "It went," and then just walks onto the ship.
Oof. Who looks... Probably Ray or Safrona probably, like, looked the least cranky.
Yeah.
How did it really go?
It was mixed.
Oh,
Genuinely mixed.
we did something, and hopefully that means that things will go nicer on this half world. But not everyone got what they wanted.
Okay. All aboard. Reminder that when we get out on the abstraction, we do not speak our destination. In this case, it is Saturnine and the Fade. Don't speak that. It's gonna probably mess our destination up. Keep your hands and legs and bodies inside the vehicle at all times. Does everyone still have their pebbles?
Yes.
Ray has to put his back in his shoe because he definitely took it out when we were walking around.
All right.
I mean, that makes sense. You're walking around on the planet. You don't like the world. You don't need it.
Okay, so just this funny thought popped into my head. There is a forte called Hated by the Earth, and you would not be able to utilize that trick because you cannot touch the Earth, period. It hates you.
That's so funny.
That's so great.
Is that like the inverse of Adored by the Sea? That's very funny.
It's a little more... Let's just say it's so edgy. The forte literally says, fuck the Earth, in the description somewhere.
Wow.
I love it. Anyway. All right, we're ready to go?
Mm-hmm.
All right, let's head back. And the thousands of paper cranes begin to flutter, and you hear this paper in the air. Some of them are stained a little green from chilling in the grass for a bit. Some have pollen on them. And you feel yourselves lift within the basket of the hot air balloon, and you head back out into the abstraction, where you are drifting from cloud to cloud of dreams and leaving Emerin and many other half-worlds behind. Other than just a light breeze and the whooshing of air, it's pretty quiet. And also the paper, the sound of paper moving. This time you don't see any whales.
I've tied myself to the ship anyway.
He gives you an approving good idea. Good idea, kid. Good idea.
Didn't work so well last time, so figured I should be prepared.
Listen, it doesn't hurt. It really doesn't. Is there anything anyone wants to talk about while they're on the ship?
I don't think Lace is talking about anything on the ship. I think Lace is very, I think this is the sulkiest that Lace has ever looked, but I think it looks like she is making a decision.
Safrona's gonna show Ray the plant she just got. She'll be like, look, I think it'll look really nice in the pot that I gave you because I'm sorry to say I got rid of the original plant, but I think this would look very nice in that one.
It's okay. You were really worried about it, so
Yeah.
I'm glad that you were able to help yourself feel safe.
What kind of
Okay.
plants did you grab, Safrona? What kind of flowers?
I'm going to imagine it's something leafy. Oh gosh, what are those ones that have like the holes in the leaves? The really big broad ones?
I know what you're
Like a
talking about.
Swiss plant.
Yeah. One of those.
They're not monsteras, are they?
I have an app called A Kinder World where you grow plants, and that's one of the plants. Hold on, I am
Yeah.
going to look at it.
That's so
might-
cute, though.
Amazing.
Yeah,
They're cute lore
M-
every time on Invisible Sun.
Yeah.
How cute can Mare become?
M.
The cutest.
Addisoni? I don't know, but it kind of looks like this. It has little holes in it.
Yes, those ones. The ones that have the variegated leaves that are like have the lighter stripes on them.
Mm-hmm,
One of those. Yeah. I think it'll look
Which
good.
Safrona?
You're gonna need a bigger pot.
Yeah. I imagine it's like small, like it's not yet doing that, but it's like I imagine it's like currently like a baby version.
It will get big.
It will get big, but it's until I figure that out. I imagine like right now it's just big enough for that, and then repot it later.
Good plan.
Yeah. Ray does this. Ray's like, that's gonna look so cute. And I will definitely make you bigger pots when it gets bigger.
I would like that.
Awesome. Cool. I have a bunch of ideas. Should we talk to them, or should we let them like simmer for the ride?
I think they need to simmer. I think we have a lot going on. I think in
The way that Aspen and I had this exact conversation about them.
Yep.
Cinematic parallels here. It wasn't even planned. Improv.
I think it's good. We can figure things out now for your friend. Something to go on.
Yeah, maybe if, panic attacks pass in people, but in a sentient plant with no body signals to calm down, like maybe it just needs someone to help it stop the panic attack, right?
Maybe.
And if I need to go through the whole topiary district to try and help Songbird maybe cut down a little bit on the expansion, I'll do it. And I just need to find. I feel like if I can find them, if I can talk to them, maybe it'll be easier. Or maybe you can get some sort of view. What's going on?
Maybe.
Yeah, but I could be wrong. Even kings can be wrong. If we're... Do you think I'm foolish?
Maybe a little.
Is it wrong to be kind?
No, I don't think so. Might be foolish sometimes, but it's not wrong. We're all foolish sometimes. It's how we learn.
Gina, if it's okay, I think Ray will open up his arms and ask for Safrona for a hug.
Oh, it'll be a little bzzzt first, but
That's fine.
yeah, she will hug. Right.
Yeah. Ray gets a little zap, but it's fine. It just gives Safrona a proper squeeze.
She's very small, so just
Yeah. No breaking, just a squeeze. Complete cinematic parallels right now.
Are Ray and Safrona better now?
maybe.
Maybe.
after multiple sessions.
Growth, maybe?
Very
glad.
appropriate coming from a plant planet.
Yeah. Aspen. Helia's next to you. I heard you yelling. Are you okay?
Did you hear what we were saying?
Yeah. Thank you.
I told you, I'm not a hero. You shouldn't thank me.
But you could have tried to push the subject. You could have come back later to try and steal a heart.
There's no saying that I won't.
Will you?
No.
Thank you. I know it's hard because you miss Brady a lot, but thank you.
You asked if I was alright, darling, but I don't think that I am.
It's okay to not be okay.
Well, I hope so, because it's where we are. I hope that you enjoyed your time there, even if I ended it on a sour note. I am sorry about that.
Can we just...
don't...
Sorry.
That's okay, go ahead.
No, go ahead. If you have something to say, you should say it.
If the king listens to what we said, I don't know what will happen. But I'm very glad that at least in this timeline I've had you as a friend.
I can't hug you, but pretend I'm hugging you right now. Can we sit the rest of the flight together?
Of course. Anytime.
She'll take a seat next to you. Anything else people would like to talk about? Okay. The trip towards Saturnine, you can see it far in the distance. And it seems much, I don't know, closer. The ride seems faster than it was when you went to Emerin. And as you are continuing on, you see yourselves heading in the opposite direction, a Aspen being pulled back in by Lace and her net. And Ray just kind of like wrapping his arms around them to keep them from flying off. I want anyone who's looking out into the abstraction to please make me some kind of perception-based roll.
Sure.
You get to add a circumstance bonus of +1, Ray. Also, reminder: everyone has a -1 except for Kian, who has a -2.
That is a -2 then for me.
0. I'm gonna use 3 perception bene because I really wanted to see cool stuff.
Okay.
Because last time I didn't see shit.
Okay.
I'm gonna use a perception bene because I'm just gonna imagine I was looking out for more of these storms.
Yeah, sure.
Cool. Oh, I didn't do so bad. That is a 3 on the die, and the bene and the minus would have canceled out, so it's a 3.
Lace?
I rolled a 10, but I know I had a modifier to that.
You rolled a 0 on the die, you mean?
Yes.
Okay. So, sorry, everyone except Aspen. Because you used 3 perception bene, right, Victor?
Yes, I did.
Okay. as well as your ship going in the opposite direction, like who you were earlier in the day, basically.
Mm-hmm.
You also all see a small swarm of bugs.
Uh-oh.
And Ray, you feel Songbird. And they're flying in the same direction. A little behind the other ship.
Like separately?
Separately.
Okay. Yikes.
Ray is running over to that side of the ship and leaning as far over as he can, and he is screaming for Songbird and like reaching out whatever. I think even like casting something, like using like a spell to like try and like latch on to this connection, like into the empty air where into the void in his mind where Songbird was, and try and like touch something there.
Okay. This sounds like a persuasion roll, so interaction. As also, if you wanted to use like a rest, an action rest to refresh your interaction pool, you could have done that at any point. You can refresh that. With you trying to latch on with magic, sound like a sortilege, so you can also roll a second die. Are you using any interaction?
I gotta use 3.
3 interaction. You have a -1 from the card. Plus the. Are you using hidden knowledge?
I'm definitely using hidden knowledge because of how what's it called? Like just having that connection for such a long time. So pretty much it's 4.
You're at a +3.
At a +3.
And you're rolling 2 die. Let me know which one is. Keep an eye on which one's your magic die.
All right, the metal one is the magic die. So the metal one is a 5. The magic. The other one is a 0.
The magic one is a 0?
No. The magic one is a 5.
Oh, okay. So no flux. No flux.
Okay.
Okay.
The other one is a 0.
You call out, and you hear Songbird respond. But it's still panicked. It's the same panic you heard on the day they broke out of your circle. And it's just an overwhelming will to live as they fly off into the abstraction.
I think Ray slumps against the rail siding, whatever, and like just sort of like just I think falls to the deck and just sort of like just is overwhelmed, overcome with frustration, sadness, just banging his hand against like the rail. Which, if no one else saw that, he just kind of looks like a crazy person. Sorry,
Poor child.
he looks like someone who was very distressed, but with no discernible reason.
Sorry, I think I heard a cat being a cat.
Gotcha. I thought you were being Riley. So like, what the
Also,
hell
that could be, yeah.
what is
Sure,
Ray doing?
I'm being Riley.
Riley also has a cat situation currently occurring.
Is there anything else that happens on this ride before you ride back in Saturnine?
I think Aspen would have jumped up when Ray jumped up. Just like almost muscle memory. Didn't see shit, so has no idea why Ray is following. But when Ray sits down, Aspen doesn't want to sit near anybody, so would be walking past, but would set the snow globe down in front of Ray and keep walking.
Okay.
Violent.
Okay. The rest of the trip yields no other surprises. And as you touch back down in the fade, Riley's origami birds just like float back down, and if you look out, there's actually like a little like nest for them where they can land, like on the docks. This district of commerce, and you see the sun ships again off nearby, these giant whales with human faces and spectacles. And as you dock, another sailor kind of like looks over at Riley really, really weird as he's pulling in, and he's knotting everything up so it doesn't float away, and just doing your general ship shit, essentially. And as the four of you disembark, they kind of look at him and be like, "Dude, I thought you were on your vacation with your husband." And Riley looks very confused before looking out at the abstraction. And just like makes some kind of excuse before. Forgot something. This last job before we had to leave. And like turns back to begin tying a rope. Just giving all four of you a look.
We changed things.
I don't know if changed is the right word.
Riley, do you have a husband?
Yeah, I have a husband.
Okay, we didn't change it that aggressively.
Okay.
When were you going on your vacation?
A couple months ago. Like, I don't know, like 3-4 months ago? At least when we left, it was 3-4 months ago.
So is there another version of us here now?
Probably. Like, I've only heard, like, I knew time got wonky.
Good.
How long were you on vacation?
Good? What do you mean good?
No.
Sophrona,
You're
you're
muted.
Gives us lots of opportunities to do things. Whether they're good is a whole other thing.
We can do things differently.
This is a person's life we're talking about.
Like, I'm pretty sure I can get us back. But I can't do it until I recharge. This magic doesn't just run, this ship doesn't just run on, hot air.
Yeah. Okay, I
Give
think
it
we need
another
to
go.
talk about this.
You need to go to the tower. Sure, you can figure something out in the tower.
The tower?
Yeah.
What are you talking about?
My Goetica order. This like bullshit.
I think we need some time to run some errands first, take advantage of this. But you need time to do your things anyway.
Believe it or not,
We'll get back to you.
Believe it or not, I have met myself. But you haven't met yourself, so I won't think it's weird. Just be careful.
Yeah. Okay. We'll get back to
You
it.
remember when you met yourself? Is this like just closing the time?
Probably. When did I meet myself? No, it was a different time.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay.
Are there any rules when one meets oneself?
I don't know. I try to stay small area before I have time to get back out and come back.
Hey.
Lace has said nothing after her good we can fix things. I want to know whether the timelines match up for other Lace, my evil twin.
You would need to get a date. So you would need to ask around for a date. But
I think Lace hops off. We're like parked, right?
you're parked. You're parked. You're parked. You've been
Okay.
parked.
I'm not like jumping off the airship.
No.
No, I think I go up to the first nearby person and say, "Excuse me, I seem to have forgotten what date. What's the date? I'm filling out a form." And
Yeah. Insert. I don't have an actual date. I don't.
4 months in the past.
I don't pay attention to the dates in Invisible Sun just because the war did weird timey-wimey shit, and I'm not about to think about that.
Weird timey-wimey shit in Invisible Sun.
What? The date that they give you is the same date that your friend Ray, Short Ray, told you, or roughly a couple days before, like a day or two before, they brought back your friend the first time, Frankie the first time.
So it's the day. It's the day
close.
that-
It's like a day or two before.
Okay, great. Lace turns to everyone and says, I have somewhere I have to be. I do think Aspen is right. I lost focus and was trying to work for the good of everyone, but Aspen reminded me that if you don't look out for yourself and what matters to you, then no one else will. I have to go. And she leaves.
Okay. Lace, you have like a day to prep. Is there anything anyone would like to do in the day before Lace tries to do something? Also, where are you going? What are you doing? We've got 30
Me or
minutes.
them?
Anyone.
I think Sophrona, well, first of all, Sophrona is going to find some temporary thing to put her, well, this is a minor thing, but mostly she's going to be doing whatever Ray thinks we're doing, because I feel like Ray has an idea. It's just like, we need to organize some shit here.
It's so cute. I love your friendship.
Big friend, small friend.
Yes. Ray's idea is to send a message out to
I forgot to mention this. Songbird is also in the city in this time too.
what?
Yeah.
Like
What do you mean?
has taken over the Topiary district.
Not the
Right
Topiary
now?
district. But they're in Saturnine here at this time too.
Oh shit!
I feel like this might change how we go about it.
Sorry.
Do I feel that?
Yeah, you feel that. There's like so many things that like that have happened in like past like exchanges, and I'm like, shit, I almost forgot that this happened.
Ray is in the middle of talking to Sophrona and is just like, all right, so this gives us more time to research.
Yes.
I can go to, you won't be able to get in, but I can go to the Hall of Records, and like with this new information, maybe we can check in on Dracera, and then like he just starts to his face goes blank. And he looks like something is pulling his sight. And he's just like, I feel Songbird.
So we can talk to Songbird.
Yeah, and he like a bloodhound mare. Like it is like Ray like probably didn't explain what was going on the boat for the rest of the ride, but I think he's now trying to like fill in Sophrona, and unfortunately for Aspen, he's just not looking Aspen's way at all. He did take that snow globe, but like he has figured that like this whole thing, Aspen isn't going to. He has decided himself that Aspen probably isn't going to want to follow him, so he's not inviting Aspen. But he is not addressing Aspen right now. There's no malice there, but there is a sort of like, I don't think that you care about this currently. And it's just like, I need to find, if we could talk to them. We need to talk to them. I saw Songbird chasing the last ship in insect form.
Oh, jeez.
Like we had just missed them. But if they're still here, maybe time. Jesus.
This would be before the insect thing too.
Yeah.
Yes.
I honestly don't know if it's before I taught them.
2 to 3 months? Because we don't know the specific date that is listed, but it's like we got 2 to 3 months.
I will explain the timeline when it's no longer a
Okay.
spoiler.
Yeah.
Fantastic.
I'm just working out like what we the characters know. We know it's like 2 to 3 months.
Probably.
We can go. We can go.
Yeah, and Ray sort of like closes his eyes and takes a deep breath, lets it out, and I think in his mind calls out for Songbird.
You get the reverberation, but they're closer.
Hmm.
There is a facet of Songbird here. It's not the main consciousness, but it's here.
Yeah, Ray's just gonna run for it.
Yeah. All right. Go ahead.
Before I chase over, can I? Well, how long would this take for me to cast Eyes of the Nemesis? How long would that take?
Is there a time limit on it? Does it say?
I think it's a minute. I think it lasts for a minute.
Okay. Yeah, it would be an immediate casting unless said otherwise. So you can definitely cast Eyes of the Overworld.
I'm going to try and target this angel that I had seen before. Not Eyes of the Overworld, Vision of the Nemesis.
Sure. Say it one more time. What is Eyes of the Nemesis? Read the card to me again.
I get a vision of what my enemy is up to at this exact moment. The vision lasts for about a minute, and I don't have control of the angle of the viewing. I only get visual information. I can specify the time of casting who my enemy is. Sometimes I will get an unexpected vision, often of an enemy I didn't know I had, or someone I didn't know was my enemy.
Cool. Okay. I'm pulling a card for this on the, Gray Sun. Value of 5, mysteries, rats, mirrors, and stone, meanings, restriction, loss, endings. This is enveloping darkness card. Dark is an absence of light. Light is an absence of darkness. Darkness is the default. It moves to fill any place the light abandons. The dark was the totality of the actuality before the suns existed. And according to many, the dark will be the totality again. Once the suns are gone, the darkness is the end. It takes things. It takes us. It grabs, constricts, overwhelms everything not wanted by the light. Invisible magic is enhanced. You see this angel on the streets of Saturnine. You're kind of like looking down from like a rooftop. That's your angle that you're looking down at. And this creature isn't as large as you originally thought it was, or at least isn't as large in Saturnine as when you saw in your first vision. They are talking to a very large tree with the leaves don't really show up until like probably about halfway up the tree, and it's long and narrow and skinny, and they are like a bright yellow and orange color. You would recognize this type of tree as an aspen. Not intentional. I promise it was not intentional. It is moving, and it is tall with a crown of silver leaves, and it's constantly shuddering. And this angel talks to this creature, and the creature begins to walk. And you recognize the area in Fartown that this is happening in. This is happening in right down the road from the Hendasa Adjustment Facility.
Can I tell like what the emotional state of this angel is right now?
Roll an interaction, Bene, for like if you have anything that's like sensing motives or anything like that.
I do not. Which one do I want?
Ooh. Are you using any interaction, Bene?
No. That is a 7.
Yeah, you can't get the vibe from the angel, but you can get the vibe from the tree-like creature. It is listening like it's taking orders and like a very determined like nod.
All right. Okay. I will try to remember what this tree looks like, and then I will get out of the vision. I will chase after Ray if Ray has not escaped my
Ray would have
second.
waited.
All right. Aspen and Lace.
I would just tell Ray that I want the snow globe back after he has used it. And then I'm going to Williams, but we don't have to work through that right now.
You have some chill, non-stressful time at Williams. we can talk what you talk about during the break. Lace, where are you going?
Well, interesting you should ask that. Because the one thing I know about the place where I have to be in a couple of days is that it's right next to the adjustment facility. So that is where I'm going first, and then I intend to go work on my skills so that I can be the best shattering person / weaver that I can be. So I'm going to the adjustment facility. Or just down the road from.
Yeah. Sophrona, Ray, and Lace. You end up in the same exact place.
Hi.
Did you follow me?
No. That sounded like a lie. I really didn't.
No, we didn't.
It did sound a lot like a lie, but I believe that you didn't.
Do I see this tree anywhere? The angel?
Yeah. You see a very average-looking aspen tree nearby.
It's just... Ooh. Okay. I won't say anything.
Are the weird wavy vines here that I saw in my vision?
So I was trying to find it in your development chat, but I remember at some point when you were looking around and scoping out areas in the previous present, you were asking about the area. And I remember somewhere at some point I mentioned you found plants and vines here, and they've been here for a couple months.
Yeah.
Yes. You do not see them. But Ray, so close. Can't pinpoint it, but Songbird's close.
In that developmental chat that you're talking about, I was there. Like Ray and Lace both met up.
This is where you were like,
this was when we really ran into each other.
Yeah, we were like super awkward guys.
That's why I couldn't find it in Lace's channel.
That makes sense. I was trying to think if it was in like DMs, but you're right. It was.
It was in the Lace Ray channel. That's why I couldn't find it in Lace.
It's in the Lace Ray channel, and so if Ray also recalls there being vines here, I think he's gunning right for the spot where they were.
Yeah, near the Hindasa Adjustment Facility in Fartown, a large plot of vines has appeared. In the same exact area where Lace's vision was. You recognize the location because of a graffiti of a frog smoking a cigar on a nearby wall. It's still there. It's there.
Yeah. And Ray is
it's
like...
It's fresh, though. The graffiti's fresh.
Right.
If there's any dirt, anything, Ray is like rooting around in the dirt, like gets down and starts like scrabbling, hands around and everywhere.
Wait, I'm going to place my head because I feel like this is so bizarre to Sophrona because we both know exactly what we're doing, and Sophrona's just like watching us just go start scrabbling around in the dirt.
I'm also like you're just watching like scope out as if I'm looking for something specific, see something, and then pretend I didn't see anything. Like that's what you just saw. Like
So I feel like this would be on brand for Weaverness, right? Like magic that is there but isn't there but is there but
that's all magic
there. It's everything is magic.
Do you believe in magic?
I want to feel for a presence. I want to feel for that specific presence.
Which presence?
The presence of, I mean, I don't know Songbird's vibe, right? It would have to be like
the only one who knows is probably Aspen, because Aspen's at least talked to Songbird besides Ray.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I think I'm looking for, like, magical plant life because I felt it in the vision. I felt, like, the presence of the...
Yeah. You
vines.
visually saw it, too.
Yeah. So I want to look for that presence here, and this is, like, I know what this is. This is other universes, like, in time. I want to, like, where's the thing? Weaver things. Potentially other universes. I would say like sight, maybe, from freedom?
Sight is good. Yeah.
Yeah.
I will say that this is the equivalent effect of divine the answer to one question. You will need to roll. So you have a...
Okay.
What's the invisible? Yeah, you have no... Wait, what card is it? Hold on. This is Stoics. Okay, so you have a +5 to your venture, so just tell me what you get on the die. Because this is a level 5 effect. You need to spend 5 sorcery.
8 + 5, 13.
Okay. You feel the presence of Songbird, which you can assume is Songbird anyway. And you feel it in a couple different places. One is in a house, like an apartment. Another is intertwined at the root of a tree beginning to grow, not the aspen one. And the last one is down the road a little farther.
There are 3 pieces of Songbird here.
To you, Ray, it's just kind of like, it's here. Like a blorb.
Mm-hmm.
I know where they are. I know where 3 pieces of them are.
Hey, please, Lace, I need to put Songbird back together. It messed up like this, alone. No one should be alone like this.
I don't disagree. And I'm going to tell you where it is. But I have spent a long time in the last few months putting pieces of other people's lives together.
I'm sorry, Lace. How can I help you?
I think that Lace really does not expect that question. I really think that it kind of like takes her aback a little bit. I'm getting all choked up. And I think she just she starts to cry. I think she just starts to cry in the street. With this random tree and angel 20 feet away.
The angel's not there. The angel is not there.
Oh, the angel's not there. Just Frodo watching a tree while Lace cries
suspiciously.
In the street. And I think she says, I don't know. I just know a place. And I know that it has to be me. And I haven't done anything to make that happen. And it's sort of like, the deadline, when the deadline for a project comes upon you suddenly and you haven't done any of the work. And instead, you've been off drawing trees and plants and going to parties and fighting about feelings.
I'm trying to calculate how much Safrona knows at this moment. That's what it is.
Insert math woman meme.
Yeah.
I feel like Safrona is so often math lady .gif.
It's true. It's true. Yeah. Okay. After I think she can put this together. Is this about the evil twin thing? Is it here?
Everything. First of all, you should know that everything is about the evil twin thing. But it turns out I am the evil twin, which, if you'll remember, was also a theory that I posited early on. But it turns out that being my own evil twin means that I have to be able to get this when it's here, which means that either I'm the one who takes it from a point in time, or it has been left here at that point, or it is being left here. I don't know. Am I causing the problem?
I can't answer that for you.
It's true.
But sorry.
Oh. I was like, go ahead, and then everything froze, and I was like, oh, wait a second. If this is the thing that you took, then if we're just going back, then maybe it's just a loop. You just took it, and then we're going back, and you're taking it back.
And Lace is now talking through tears, which was also a theory that I came up with at one point in time. That one was like at 3 a.m., so I don't know if that was like on the board, but
Ray grins at Lace and he's like, "You're so fucking clever. You're wise and you're kind. And if you're afraid of this happening, if you're afraid of you not being the evil twin, if you're afraid that something else takes a shard and you're trying to stop it, then let's change the future. That's what we're trying to do anyway. We can be there for you. We can be there with you. More hands makes less work."
I think that with permission, Lace just like throws herself at Ray, and the height difference, I have to imagine, is hilarious for this. Like, it's just Lace sobbing, like holding on to like Ray's hip.
I love them.
Yeah, definitely. I do think it's a little bit more even, because Ray was on the ground, so I think it's like knees.
Oh, that's true.
I think they're equal height right now.
And I think that's probably funny though, because she grabs Ray and she's like, I don't think I've ever seen the top of your head before.
Only usually my barber.
Okay. We need to organize. We need to organize order of operations here. So.
All right.
Songbird is in 3 places.
Makes sense.
And
Songbird was in your vision you mentioned before?
Well, I couldn't feel it, but it very much felt the same as what I'm feeling now that we were able to identify as Songbird.
So do we need to keep Songbird where they are now for your vision to come to pass?
Maybe? I think convincing Songbird in disparate parts seems like it would be difficult.
But if we bring 3 parts together?
I don't know.
First, let's get some rest.
We have a couple
I'm
days.
sorry that you felt so alone, Lace. But we're here. Let's get some rest. We'll plan together. And then we'll put it all together in a big Lace style, super cool thought.
Cat. I need my cat.
Yeah, there's only 1 shard right now.
This is another part of when Shard went missing.
I fully believe that Shard has met like 8 different Laces from various time periods and has just never thought to mention it.
So you totally know what totally happened? Shard has totally met like multiple modalities of Lace.
Totally makes sense.
But anyway, I think that's a good place to end. Yeah?
Yeah.
All right. Thank you, everybody, for joining us for session 8 of Fraying Threads. We're all going to go around and say, hey, whether they think they advanced their arc a bit, whether you think you got a joy or despair, and then where we can find you. Who would like to go first?
I can jump in.
Hell yeah.
Hello, everybody. Tonight I played Aspen, the resident sad boy right now. I do believe that I advanced my arc, but I absolutely took a despair. No questions about that. As far as where you can find me on Twitter at uptight_chiffon. My next thing is going to be on Saturday. I'm playing in the Fabula Ultima campaign over on Lost Caravan, which is a lot of fun. I also have an invisible friend there, but that one I think is trying to kill me. I am playing. It's very exciting. I will be playing in my first high shelf collective game. We'll be playing Cyberpunk Red on the 15th, and I'm super excited about that. My first time playing that system. On the 30th, I will be playing Nova. I'm part of the Nova campaign on Lost Caravan as well. I think there's another game in there that I've missed that I forgot about, but that kind of sums me up.
I can go. Hi guys, my name is Victor. I use they them pronouns. You can find me when I'm not here. On most Wednesdays on the Mandy's Twitch channel, where I play Miss Loss, and I play a very mischievous and also emotional Tabaxi rogue named Sinark, whose nickname is Sin because he is full of it.
Good.
Like in a good cat.
Yes. We recently finished up the Kickstarter for Mall Kids, and I just want to thank everyone, especially the Sorting Key channel, for helping, for like boosting and helping. And I'm excited for you guys to get to see the urban legends that I've helped written and come to life for people playing Mall Kids. But otherwise, not currently have any more projects, but soon. And that's me.
Hi, I'm Gilly. You can find me at Oh Look It's Gilly on the internet. My pronouns are she, her. I played Lace, and you can find me here every Thursday. You can also find me this Sunday. Nerds with Dice will be posting a one-shot in Stoneburner, which is a new game that is currently kickstarting, where you are a dwarven space miner who has just inherited a dwarven mine in space. And we recorded it, and it was so fun. The game itself is by Fari RPGs, F-A-R-I RPGs. And you can find more information about that linked on my Twitter. That will be going up on Sunday. And then at the end of the month, and I will probably remind us about that before it happens, but on the 27th of May, I will be GMing a game of Kobold Endeavor, which is a one-page all-kobold heist RPG for Dax's fundraiser for the Parkinson's Foundation. It's gonna be real fun.
Victor, did you say Joy, Despair, Acumen?
No, I completely forgot the rest of that stuff. I was gonna say Joy, because some like really good like moments with the king and everything. Actually, no, you know what? No, I'm gonna keep with the Joy.
Okay.
Because Ray got to see how Lace was hurting. And he didn't know that. And now, he got to connect with Lace in a way that he didn't get to before. And I think that's really important for his friendship. And he's really happy about it. Like, he's happy that Lace, like, told them what was going on. And so now Ray can, like, do something instead of just being like, I am confused. I am confusion? Hello?
All right. Gilly, same question.
I also forgot all those things. I think I progressed my character arc. I am controversially gonna take Joy, because I think it ended in a good place. I think there was a lot of despair to get to the place, but I think that Lace now feels like she is not alone in it, and so that is good. But sometimes you have to wade through a whole lot of despair first.
And last but not least,
I'm all blurry because I move too much and it confuses my camera.
Oh no!
Oh no, Gina!
I need to stop moving. That's what I need to do.
It's fine.
Hi, it's me. It's her, Gena. I can be found at _GenaThin at Twitter. Exciting things I can't talk about right now, but
it's cool.
Will show up. They're cool. It'll show up on the Twitter eventually. So you gotta check out for that. Played Sophrona today. I don't think that she has progressed the arc.
We gotta talk about your arc. I'm gonna give it to you for this session, but you and I gotta talk about what your arc is.
Yeah,
from here on out.
it's gotten like so like
complex.
It's gotten so complex. It's hard to gauge whether we're going anywhere. It's one of those. It feels like falling into like a Google hole where you're just like, I'm reading this article and I don't know how it's related,
but I'm reading it.
It's kind of what it feels like. It's been happening. It's just research holes when you're on weird ass JSTOR articles. I will do a Joy because things have been fun. Actually not stressful for her. She hugged Ray, which is great. She also has a new plant friend, which very exciting. So
love your plant friend.
Yeah, things are exciting in the Sophrona corner. Not much is happening, but things are exciting.
I think that's me. Hi, I'm Mare. You can find me on Twitter at RichMageOfDice. Every Thursday, I'm running this game at 7 p.m. Eastern. Every Sunday at 6 p.m. Eastern on Neon Lights Roleplay, I'm running a game of Printweaver Pillars of Ink, which is a Souls-like, my players are going to die and come back a lot, TTRPG, based on your fingerprints. And we just had our premiere on Sunday, and I'm pretty sure I made at least one player cry in session 1.
Oh my gosh.
It was a roller coaster. It was good. Well, I wouldn't say it's good tears, but they were consensual.
Listen, baby.
It's great. For channel stuff, every Sunday, for at least a couple more sessions, we have Ryutama at 1 p.m. Eastern time. This coming Sunday, we have the premiere of Brindlewood Bay, being run by Gen Quixote at 5:30 p.m. Eastern. Speaking of Stoneburner, we have an interview with the creator on May 8th at 8 p.m. Eastern. That's a Monday. Season 3 of Horizon's Call premieres on Saturday the 27th. And on May 30th, we have the creator of Mall Kids talking about the game on the channel. That's all I have. We are going to go raid Lost Caravan RPG. And everybody, we will see you next week. Have a lovely evening. Bye.